Who here is a double dipper? A double dipper. It's actually a play on words. The double dip is a phenomenon. I coined the phrase, so TM. You'll have to pay me to use it. No. Double dip is what I call what happens at the end of a trance process. So you have your whole hypnosis thing. People are normal consciousness. Let's imagine this is the trance line. You drop them in here and have all this lovely stuff going on there, right? Now, at some point, you're going to say to them, this was a beautiful journey, and now it's coming to an end. It's time to come back. At that point, they go, oh, no. But a second thing happens. That little part of the mind that might still be, the tiny little fraction left over, the critical factor going, I'm just going to be aware just in case he sneaks something in I don't like. It's going to go, oh, it's over. Woomph. At that point, they become hyper-suggestible. Everything you say, right after you say, we're coming back now, has, I know, just a rough number on it, 10 times the impact, 5 times the impact. It's a random number, I don't know. But it's way more powerful than all the other stuff you're doing. That's one of the reasons we leave the self-esteem stuff till right at the end before they come back. Because everyone can do with more self-esteem, right? But then something else happened, which is weird. You bring them right back up. Do they come back up to here? No. There's kind of a weird fuzzy thing going on here. So they feel like they're up here, but really, they're still kind of got tentacles streaming back into trance. It's called the afterglow. When they come the moment they come out of hypnosis, for the next 20 seconds to 5 minutes, some people a little bit longer, they're going to be still in trance, although they think they're awake or they're alert. Again, what happens immediately after they open their eyes is going to impact how this whole session is going to be perceived and how well it will work. So here's a classic mistake that novices make, that I made all the time. Don't do this. They're in trance, they come back, and it's like, you look at them and go, it's all right. Did I do okay? What's the suggestion?
You didn't do okay, and it's not going to work.
Exactly. Right? So instead, what are you going to say? They open their eyes, and you go, that was great. Yeah. Exactly. Congratulate me. You can say, good job. You did great. My preference is to praise them. Because remember, in here, they might not even know, just like you yourself experienced, they might not even know they were in trance. Unless you stick in some kind of convincer, which we'll talk about more tomorrow and the day after. They won't even know that any kind of hypnotic type thing has occurred. So they've got to be wondering, is this stuff real, for real? Is this really working? Right? You don't want those thoughts. Especially at the end, which is going to color the whole session going backwards. So when they come back out, you say, you did great. Did you know you were going to be such a good subject? No, I didn't. Wow, well, I'm impressed. Right? Or how do you feel? Great. Or you look great. Do you see where I'm going with this? So that's another opportunity to give some sort of hidden self-esteem suggestions. Or if you want, you can do a little blitz on how wonderful the future is going to be, like a future memory of a glowing future. Like, you did great work, and I'm sure you're going to have like an amazing life as a result of this. You're going to find yourself waking up in the mornings feeling like vital and excited about life, and all those things you kept putting off and you really want to do, I wouldn't be surprised if you start doing them now. You did a great job. It was a pleasure working with you. Right? Is that a good way to end the session versus, did I do okay? So remember, the double dip. Right at the point that you say this session's finished, they're going to spike into deeper trance, and right at the point they come back, they're going to have like an afterglow of trance, but the critical factor is not going to be online. It's thinking it's over, so they're not going to be on their guard anymore. And in fact, there's a classic example of this. Erickson did this once with a guy, I think it was a guy who said he couldn't be hypnotized. So he spent like 2 hours doing everything he could possibly do to hypnotize him, knowing he'd fail. And the guy totally failed. He says, oh, you know what? You're right, I can't hypnotize. Come on outside. Meet my wife, who's also a very good hypnotist. Hello, Mr. So-and-so. And that's when the session began. Why? Because his defenses were down, his guard was lowered, because he thought, oh, it's over now. So remember that this is one of the most important things that I learned about hypnosis, and it works great. It really, really helps you.